I'm Brad Levitt, president of AFT Construction. Thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel today that is catered to builders, designers, architects, and honestly any small business owners. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below and give us any comments for any topics that you want us to address. So one of the questions asked is, what is a feasibility study? And for those of you that are familiar with that term, a feasibility study is something that's very commonly practiced, especially with production builders, developers, real estate brokers, or also on the commercial side, right? Commercial construction. And what a feasibility study is let's take, for example, maybe a Walmart. So a Walmart's gonna come in or a CVS, right? They're gonna come in and do a feasibility study on a corner. You know, a prominent corner in an area, maybe an up and coming development, and they try to look at what is the value of us building in this area. You know, what's going to be the net income? What's going to be the household income? What's going to be the demographic of people moving in here? You know, the nearest hospital, other things that come into that feasibility study. Very similar in construction. So production builders are going to look at, you know, access and commute and accessibility and drive times for their trade partners, for their clients. You know, if we're building a development here in this part of town, what's it going to cost to do land development? How much can we get back in appraisals and land costs? And then are there people that can live here? Can they buy here? Can they commute? Is there access for them to get to their job? Are they all going to work from home? You really have to understand all these aspects of investment at that feasibility study. And you can look at, you know, history and results and growth and all this data. Well, you think about it on an individual house level. So a lot of clients, and we spoke about this previously, you know, should I remodel or should I build new? Well, that goes in the feasibility study. As you start researching the comps in your area, we had a client reach out and say, hey Brad, how difficult would it be to have an existing house, single story, rambler? How difficult would it be to add a basement? And I mentioned to him it's major, right? It's major at this point. When you think of a house, you have an existing house, slab on grade in Arizona, so the house is sitting on the slab. Now, if you're trying to add a basement, well now structurally, we're trying to keep an existing house, come in, dig that out, retain it, you know, keep it from caving in, you know, shore it, all these little things, very costly. Whereas you could scrape that house for maybe $30,000, scrape the whole thing, dig a basement, dig a foundation walls, and then build new. But again, to do that, there's gonna be a big cost to build a new house and build the basement. So what are the comps? What part of town are you in? You know, is this an older home, maybe built in the 50s, and you have a lot of new builds? They're built 70 years later, and they have some value and some appraisal. So that's really important because the appraisers only, you know, they only have so much jurisdiction as far as they can appraise your home. They have to look at something reasonably close. If not your own community, if there's no actual comps in your community, they'll pull some, but they're very nearby. So you have to make sure that the investment you put in your house, that's why some people may not want to put $700,000 on a remodel. They may tear down and build new because it's more value for them. So make sure you understand, and it's really good to get with a builder. A realtor is really important if you're looking at this aspect, the feasibility side, because a realtor can give you a good idea that if everything, you know, if you had to sell your home for whatever reason, even a remodel or new build, here's the max you're going to get on the market. And that'll help work backwards to understand your budget and if it's feasible.